Hello, Mr. Schultz.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Lovely.
Good. Thank you for agreeing to do this on behalf of Sumter Family Health Center as our board treasurer and a member of our board of directors. Can you tell me a little bit about the roles and responsibilities of Sumter Family Health Center's board of directors?
Well, ideally, the board is to oversee the director's role in the implementation of the policies and procedures that are in place for, efficiency and cost of scale and those type things that historically need outside eyes at some point. So, yeah, that's overall what our responsibility is. We only have one employee who works for us, and that is the director.
What made you decide to serve as a board member at Sumter Family Health Center?
Well, I've always tried to take an active role in, civic pride and, that type of deal in my community. And I just felt the need to be involved with Sumter Family Health Center from a financial standpoint in my background, and hopefully lends some expertise in the piece with regard to efficiencies and cost and labor and all those things that hinder our ability to deliver medical services.
Thank you. What is your current role on the board of directors?
Well, I serve as the finance committee chair, and it's really something that I have a passion about, given the challenges of the Sumter Family Health Center in their development in our community and the course of events that has taken place to get to where we're at. The efficiencies with regard to their expenditures and how their income streams come in and all of that piece. I just felt like the board might not have the expertise to talk professionally about that, and that's kind of how I actually got involved. I wasn't really asked. I actually sought the role out myself, and was pretty happy about their receptiveness to allowing me to be a part of that.
And so as you oversee the finance committee, is your official role on the executive committee board treasurer of Sumter Family Health Center?
It is board treasurer, yes. I think that's a more appropriate title, yes. I'm sorry.
And how long have you been in the Sumter community?
Well, I'm 54, and so I'd say at least 45 of those years I've been here.
And your background is finance. What's your current role? What do you do in Sumter with your finance background? What's your professionally outside of the health center?
Well, I'm a financial center leader for BB&T Bank. I have been in that role for 16 some odd years. Prior to that, I had about 12 more years of financial expertise running finance companies and that type process. I also have experience in 501c3 not-for-profit organizations and how that process works, and submitting the paperwork and that process. And I just have a passion for folks that are indigent, that want to do well, that just need a hand up and not a handout.
If an elected official, our local legislators, even other legislators, not just from Sumter, but from across the state of South Carolina or even nationally, if they were standing here with us right now, what is something, if you had one thing that you could say to them about how important it is to you as a board member of Sumter Family Health Center, as well as a constituent that resides in Sumter County, what would you say to them?
I would say to them that I appreciate the role that they play in government. I know their challenges are great and many. I know that our economy has suffered over the last several years, and there's only so much money to go around. I know that every area has to feel some of the pain. I don't want all of the pain dumped on health centers. with regard to disbursement of government funding for care of indigent folks. As I said earlier, I don't want these people to get a handout. I want them to get a hand up. And so as you go through the monumental task of determining what funding is available for different agencies and groups, all of which are heartfelt and deserve to some point, keep in mind that the role of what the Sumter Family Health Center does from a medical standpoint in our community is we're probably keeping thousands upon thousands of folks out of emergency rooms who quite frankly know that that's the only way for them to get any health care based on their financial situation. So I think there's a way to do both. And I think there's a need for both. So I would just ask you to consider, as a political leader, you know, the ramifications, if you will, of the distribution of the funds allocated towards Medicare, Medicaid, you know, health facilities and those type of processes.
And so you definitely think that it is important that legislators not only understand what community health centers do, but they consider health centers as far as appropriating state dollars in order to help health centers, you know, efficiently and cost effectively take care of uninsured patients.
Yes, ma'am. With regard to what I have been exposed to in the health care that's provided by health care facilities, more specifically Sumter Family Health Center, is they're much more cost effective for the client. They have resources in which the clients can make retribution payments for their you know, bills that they accumulate in a manner that they're able to do based on their income. I've been exposed to what they call the sliding scale. Just a wonderful way to determine really within a real state of confirmation what their income is and what's a fair and accurate assessment for those folks to have to pay. I think the model that they use is probably, in my experience, one of the best models that's out there.
Thank you, Mr. Schultz. I appreciate your time and your service to the
It's my
Board of
pleasure.
Family Health.
Enjoy being a part of something.